Hey, hopefully this live goes through. If not, I'm gonna move my position real quick, but I think we can do it. So something that got brought up, it's always getting brought up, and it's almost every conversation I've had with people, no matter where they are, if they're in, my company and another company, the number one thing you have to have in anything you do in direct sales, multi-level marketing, is you have to be duplicatable. You have to duplicate. If you don't have duplication, you don't have a team, right? So duplication is super important. So let's talk about it, because I think this is going to help you. Please share this if this is something you feel somebody needs, because I guarantee that I'll hit something. It's so basic, but honestly, there's a lot of people who come to me and say, Shiloh, I don't know what's going on. I was doing so well at this time, and now it seems like I just can't get it to go. What's going on? Oh, thank you, Nicole. Hi, Ethan. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Jessica. So lots of good things. But yeah, today I have to tell you a funny story before we get started, because obviously I like to tell you some good stuff before we get into the nitty gritty. I was getting my lashes filled. They look great, actually, by the way. Amber Wakefield did them, and I was in the salon, and I had walked out, got my car, and this man drove up. He was a younger man, and he said, hey, what's your name? And at first I thought maybe I dropped something in the salon, because I had saw him in there. And he said, I said my name, and he goes, well, can I have your number? And I'm like, oh God, no, oh God. I'm married. And it was just so funny because he caught me off guard. I guess I still got it. It must be the lashes. But anyways, it's just cute. I'm like, oh my heck. I mean, seriously. So we're going to talk about the number one thing you need in any direct sales, multi-level marketing business. I don't care where you're from, you need to have duplication. So in anything you do, if there's a system in place, even if you're not in direct sales, if you have a system at work, if you work in an area and there's a system, you need to follow it, and it has to be something that everybody can follow, right? You all want to be a one group here. So let's talk about it. I mean, if this is something your team needs, share it. I'm excited. So, first and foremost, if this is shared, my name is Shiloh Ekstrom, and I am excited to be doing this with you today because it's Friday. It's Follow-Up Friday. We like to call Follow-Up Friday because people get paid on Fridays. Just a little tip for anyone thinking Fridays are bad. We love Fridays here in Lavelle, in any company that you're in anything you do. So duplication is always on my mind. A lot of people will come and tell you, I'm struggling, I'm in a hamster wheel, I don't know why it's not working anymore, or why I can't get it to go. So if this is you, put a 1 down, because it's okay to admit that you might be in a hamster wheel. It's okay. Yeah, exactly. So I think that for all of us, we go through periods where we feel like a little bit stuck, or we're not seeing that same energy, that same momentum we used to have. And it usually comes down to a few things. And a lot of us will start doing different things along the way. Like we'll think, oh, I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to go try this. And then all of a sudden, it goes flat. Or you get creative once and you hear of this great idea and you go balls to the walls and you get orders that month, but all of a sudden it just doesn't work. And you're like, why doesn't this keep working? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. Hi, Robin. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Steven. So, the one thing I can tell you in your business is the thing you have to do to have duplication and make sure you get started is, if you're looking for that answer, you have to stop the noise. You have to eliminate all noise. What does that mean? Well, there's times where you might get on one call and someone's saying this, and then all of a sudden, and things don't seem like they're like rolling with each other, like they're in the right. How do I say this? The word I'm losing my word right now. But anyways, they don't seem like they're on the same page, and so you're going, well, one person said this and one person said that, and always go back down to the raw basics of what you need to be doing. So what's the first step you need to do in your system, in your funnel? It doesn't have to be in the company I'm in. It could be anything. We all have a way to duplicate something simple. And if it's getting a free account, if it's, just introducing whatever your system is, go back to the bare bones. Are you doing that first step? But a lot of people get caught up in the noise. Well, so-and-so did this. They sampled this way and they had so many people. Well, okay, has that ever worked before? And make sure you understand how to do that. See, what happens is somebody gets a great idea. It's creative. It sounds like the best thing on planet Earth, and everyone should be doing it. But the reality is, the way that your funnel or your system's set up, it already works. It's not the funnel. Okay? And sometimes we have to eliminate all the noise, meaning don't hop on a million people's calls trying to find the secret sauce. I think a lot of people do that. And I'm not talking about just our company. I'm saying be mindful of how many calls you're trying to get on if you're looking for that answer, because the answer's already there. Okay? So you have to be careful of kind of going in and filling in too much stuff. The other thing I see people doing is they start to do busy things and busy work, meaning they're activities that are really busy, creating, fun spreadsheets. I say that all the time. They get really, really creative, and that's great to be creative. But the problem is sometimes we have to stop doing that, and we have to get back down to being raw and so bare basic. So what does that mean? The thing is that when we got started, we didn't have a lot of tools. We didn't have resources, but we had 4 steps to a funnel. All we knew was those 4 steps. We'd get on calls 3 nights a week on the corporate line, and we'd do our own team calls. Sometimes, when we add extra tools, when we add those things, those are great resources, and I'm not knocking them. I love tools and I love resources. But what happens is a new person comes in and they hear this. Oh, make sure you get on this call, and then make sure you get on this leader's call, and don't forget this, and don't forget that, and go check this back office, and go do this, and go do this. And all of a sudden they're going, I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to start. Right? Are you somebody that doesn't even know where to start? Put a 2 down. If you don't even know where to start, put a 2. Because this is important. Everything is fantastic. Resources, organization, that's key. But if you can't take the action steps to the first step, that's a problem. Overwhelmed. Yeah, it's overwhelming. I mean, it's too much. So here's what you have to do. Number 1, eliminate the noise, like I said. How do I eliminate the noise? The only thing you should be focusing on, if you're new, if you're old, if you're me, if you're somebody who got started yesterday, is you need to focus on what is my first step to do promoting my company, my brand, whatever you do. Well, our first step is get a free account, obviously. But there's more to that. Have you been connected to your upline, your support? If you've been connected and you understand, maybe you have a tool like we do, a new promoter call, great. You did that. You got started. They introduced you. You're connected to what you need to. Maybe it's a team page that helps you. That's great. But now you have to take those action steps. Action steps. And please understand what I'm saying, leaders, don't get frustrated. It's not getting on a million calls. It's not doing all these other crazy things. We have to get people back into, how do I approach somebody and get a free account? That's number 1. That's number 1. Get that connection, right? So get that first step of the funnel. 44 viewers on a job. So, eliminate the noise. Stop trying to recreate the wheel. You have to remember what a new person feels. A lot of us came in and we had a lot of, not a lot of tools, but we still managed to do really well. How did we do that? We had all out massive action. We were only told some basic things. Be mindful, leaders, of what you're telling your new people. Now, this is different than going into a leadership role, a 12K or above, even a 4K. That's very different. So please don't think I'm taking away from that. But a new person getting introduced to several things all in one moment, that's going to overwhelm them. It's going to overwhelm them. And this is what's killing your business and new people, okay? So this is for new people. Now, I'm talking to leaders who might be feeling like struggling. Why am I not breaking a VIP? Why are we struggling? And sometimes it's eliminating everything and saying, all you need to do are these 4 things. And I will connect on a call with you once a week, whatever you do, but it's got to be 4 steps over and over, and that's it, right? And most people won't even take the first step because they've already heard like 35 things. So when I got started, I was told, enroll people for free, get them on this call. Someone sent me the call, log into your back office, look around, and connect to the fan page because that's important so they can see it, updates, likes, and then get them on the phone. How come I was so, how could I do that so well with that little of information? It's because that's all I needed to know. I didn't need to know about anything else. I didn't need to, and you know what? My sponsor was like, let's do a call right now. You got 2 new people. That's as leaders what we're supposed to do with the new people. Hey, let's set up a call. You got 2 new customers and you got a promoter. Let's get a call tonight. Let's set it up. Get a flyer up. That's how you do it. It's not overwhelming them saying, okay, here you go. There's 3 calls this week. We're going to do 2 calls with you now. We're going to put you in 45 fan pages. We're going to do this. We're going to give you a ton of documents. Go. I'm not that kind of person. So for me, and now some people are going to do really well with this. So what I'm telling you as a new person, don't do that to your new people. My advice is I would keep a new person out of large groups, at least for the first week or 2. And if they say they're ready for it, put them in. Now there's going to be your firecrackers. You're going to see people, they're going to be coming in. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of this. I logged into the call. They're going to be in the back office looking at updates. Those leaders are going to do it. But when you're trying to teach something and teach simplicity, like Amanda's saying, if you're trying to get somebody to get going and you throw all this stuff on them, they're going to stop and just look at you. And I'm like, so, okay, I have to do all that? I thought this was easy. You told me this was simple. I thought this was only 4 steps. I think I have to do it. I don't know how to do this. I've never done this. So if you've never done a direct sales business, if this is your first one and you're on here, raise your hand. Put a little emoji up there. Tell me, what is this? Is this your first business? I mean, seriously, there's a lot of people who came into our business, I know, that never did this before. And they had massive success right out of the gate because I literally dumbed it down so they could do it. So I want you to be really, really careful, leaders. There's a difference between new people and once they get through that phase, because then you want them to have those next level leadership tools, because there is way more to the game. We cannot tell people it's just 4 steps after you pass VIP. Like, that's another misconception. Do not tell people all you do is this and it's never anything more. No, we're leaders. We're leaders. We do grow and learn. We're going to get you there. We're going to get you there, but not in the beginning. You got to get to that first step. We got to get you to the first stage of this. So most companies have upfront bonuses, great things. So that's where you have to get them to. They have to see they can do it. Don't show them this mountain of stuff and they're going, I don't even know how to get my product for free. Let's get them there first, okay? So leaders, be careful of this. Don't overwhelm your new people. Don't think that fancy stuff and all this stuff is going to help a new person, but make it available for the ones who are asking for it. But the ones who are going to go after that, they're going to find it. They're going to be in the back office like I was, learning. Becky Powers, learning. I mean, we learned that stuff on our own. Nobody taught us. So that's how you get really good. You want to bring leaders up, not just say, well, look at what I did. Now do all this stuff that I have laid out perfectly for you, because you know what I'm saying? We all walk before we run. Exactly. We're ignorance on fire. You don't need to know everything. Absolutely. I love these things. So don't try to recreate the wheel, guys. Don't get so creative that it's not even part of your company. Like, that stuff happens. I'm like, what is this? I love creativity. I get crazy ideas. I'm like, we're going to do this. And sometimes I'll get ahead of it. Like, I get the cart before the horse. You know, I mean, I'm sitting there going, this is great. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't think anyone's going to be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like such a good idea. So be careful about how creative you are, because it has to stay within the simplicity and they have to be able to duplicate it. So here's the part I want to talk about that I think is happening. These are just basic things for leaders who are maybe have struggles trying to break their new people. They're trying to get their new people to the level of leadership so they can introduce them to those amazing tools and all those great things so they can do it. But remember something. Would you follow you? Meaning, this is beyond like, are you attracting people? It's a little bit bigger than that, because you can be the most perfect person. You can do everything right. You can be, your appearance is just perfect. You always have perfect hair, or you always are doing everything right. You post 1 million times a day about the company. You do all these things that you think are in line with what you should be doing. You're dressed perfect. You have perfect samples. You are and I'm not putting anyone down who's doing this. I'm saying now, you have to be very careful, because you can work so much that people don't want to work at all with you because of this. And this happened to me in the beginning. I was so aggressive, and I'm like, bam, bam, bam. I'm not sleeping. And I was talking like that. I'm like, I don't sleep. I just do this, and I'm crazy, and I got 20 PPA. And I was like this. Well, I had several people in my first year. Tell me, I cannot do what you're doing. I can't do it. They couldn't. They couldn't do what I was doing, honestly. Even people on my team couldn't do what I was doing. I was becoming, it didn't mean I should have stopped being aggressive and going after it. What it meant is be careful on being relatable is correct, because here's the thing. There's a lot of people, and this is what's hurting your business. You are doing so much great things. You are doing everything. You're actually doing everything for everybody. And everyone can see it. And they're going, I don't want to become that. And you might think, why not? Why wouldn't they want to be me? I've done really well, right? I'm successful. Why wouldn't they want to be like me? Why wouldn't they want to join my team, for God's sakes? Because you look scary. How can you be perfect and do all this? Because, gosh, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I can't do what you just did. Hi, Shanna. Hi. That's the number one thing. And I want you to be honest right now. There's people on here. If somebody needs to hear this, go share it. But I want you to put up a 3 if this is you or has been you, because I think this is really important. I could put a 3 right now, because I see a lot of people in many companies, okay, many. They are just on fire. It looks like they never sleep. I mean, they are just kicking butt. They do everything. And then I look at them and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I see people doing a lot of amazing busy work, and that's not what grows your business. So the thing is you need to be very mindful of that. Can people do what you're doing? Do people even want to do what you're doing? That's the other thing. Are you building this to have a life of freedom, or are you building this to have a life of chains? I want you to think hard about this before you're like, oh yeah, whatever. No. I'm going to say at least 70% of you are building a life of chains right now because you don't even see what's going on. You can't keep up that pace forever. And that is what I'm talking about. If you're the only one who can do what you're doing, no matter how good you are, you won't have a team. A team is all of you, not you. You are not a team. Why am I saying this? I've done this. I have seen many people do this. I still see people doing this. And what I find right now is that when people go through periods of up or down, they get into this phase of, we've got to do something totally different. And what happens is that they get so far out of what made them successful, they lose all of it. They lose the momentum. They're not bringing in new people. They don't know why. Well, they just spent 3 days on making something like this creative thing that makes no difference. I'm going to tell you this. If you are relatable, if people can understand you, if they're like, yeah, I get what she's saying, I understand that, or, if you can, like, here's the thing, fancy graphics, fancy anything, listen, I've done better slapping it up, not in every way. Don't understand this. When you're doing corporate stuff, you need to be professional. Always be professional. But I'm talking about when I throw up certain posts and I post a generic picture and it looks just like I took a picture, that's more relatable than making it look like you photoshopped it for 3 days and it's just fantastic. There's a difference between branding and doing things that people can relate to. Okay, so branding yourself, separate issue. Please don't go in there because that's separate. I love what people do with branding. It's beautiful, it's great. But that's another thing. If you look like you're this, somebody just said it, I don't know if it was Ricky V or somebody says, everybody's the CEO of something. Now, I know a lot of us have that on our walls. I probably do too. Like CEO of the world or CEO of my life. And we have all these cute things. Okay, but nah, you're a mom. You're a freaking, you know what? I would rather see people post like crazy mom, dog lover, something, just be who you are. Don't put what everyone else puts. Be relatable. Everybody puts that post. Everybody does. And honestly, when it comes to posts, don't keep doing the same posts over and over because one person had success. That was their post. It was organic to them. And you just copied it to the moon and everyone's going, great. 100 people just posted the same thing because the one person got traction. Get creative there. Get creative in building in your own brand. I think building a network marketing is hard to actually be a CEO. Yes. It is hard. Being a CEO would be insane. So, and we respect all the CEOs out there. So be relatable. Would you follow you? Be careful of these things. Be careful. Are you doing things that don't even produce anything? So when you do this stuff, when you're getting someone introduced, when you're like, but I do everything right, and you're not seeing that action, that duplication, are you actually doing actions that are making you money? Meaning, are you introducing people to your brand or your product? Are you connecting them to their sources and their tools, only the ones that the company makes, not the ones you created later? And are they able to do it over and over and over again? Is a child able to do it? So that's how you should judge what you're doing. Could a child learn what I just did? Now, kids are good these days. They can get on a cell phone and learn some stuff. So can a child do this? I think you need to all ask yourself, so right now, what you're doing, income producing activities, could a child do what you do every day? And if they can't, and you're struggling, that's why. I know my daughter could get an email and probably enroll someone for free in Lavelle. She's 11. She could send a picture to their Facebook or to their text. She could do it. She could also send them to the fan page. My daughter could do that. And she knows how to dial a phone and she knows how to three-way them in. She could do it. She can do that stuff. So what are we missing here? Income producing activities. And don't just get on bandwagons. This is the last thing I'll say. Don't get on a bandwagon because it worked for one person. Spamming people. Because it worked for one person, don't downgrade yourself because it worked for one person and you get desperate. Don't go in desperation mode. Don't offer everything, and that's where the promos come in. Don't start offering all this crazy on your walls. Oh my gosh, you just devalued your product. And we've talked about this so many times, but do you do it? Do you do it a lot? Yeah. Go look at your wall. Is there anything on there that screams, come do what I'm doing? Or is it all promo posts and giveaways? I mean, I heard this yesterday from Megan. Megan, she's in Prove It, and she's amazing. And I heard that, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, everyone's doing that. And the thing is that do they even know who you are? Who are you trying to attract? Nobody's looking at that. Oh, she's offering a promo again. Oh, she's giving a giveaway again. Oh, no time for that, right? There's no time for that. Guys, be really careful. Hi, Chrissy. Be really careful. I mean, I see people doing, and it's okay to do them at the right time, but you are devaluing yourself because people know you as, well, she's going to have 35 Thrive posts today. Nothing shocking there. Who are you attracting with that? This is any company too. I see a lot of people in other companies, they get a little wild too. That, you know, you can tell when somebody's really trying for something. I've done it. I've done it. So I can't put anyone down. I can't put anyone down. I'm just saying, think about how your wall looks. Think about how you do things a little bit. I think, you know, building those relations privately in messages, and Brittany, I'm on a live right now. You're asking me a question. I'm on a live, so I'll get back to you in a little bit. You know, any questions about this? You know, let's drop a 4 if this brought value to you. If it did bring value to you, go ahead and share it. But, you know, Chrissy, I've done so many things. The thing is, guys, that if you are that person who is trying to constantly be perfect, trying to recreate the wheel, doing everything so wonderful, and you look perfect, you need to stop. I challenge you to stop being perfect. Stop being perfect because it's not helping you. Be yourself. Okay. Be yourself and know that people are going to be more attracted to what you do, like how you are as a person, than your business. And so what I mean by that is, if you show people who you are, and you're that fun person, you make jokes, you love to show your family off, or maybe you have animals, or whatever you do, you like cars, you're showing your cars, you're going to attract people who rise at the same level, that are on the same vibration as you, and therefore are going to come into your business down the road. Does that make sense? By attracting them in. So just be mindful of those things, guys. If you have, go look at your walls. If you have 3 or more posts of Thrive or whatever your business is already today, and it's only, what is it? 5, unless the company's rolling out a bunch of stuff. Even then, don't post those promos. Mostly should go in the back. They should be in private messages. Watch how you devalue. Don't do that. Don't give away the farm. People are going to watch you do it, and they're going to expect it every time. Hey, you're giving a half off again? Crazy. You did it last week. Oh, free samples? You do it every day. You lost the value. They know you're always going to do it. Yes, and be yourself. And so when you're yourself, you're going to attract the people who are going to vibrate with you, and therefore will come into your business because they came to you because you're you. And people don't join companies, they join people. And remember that. So I love you all. Thanks for hopping on this awesome Friday. It's Follow Up Friday. Go get it and have a great night. And I'll talk to you soon.